Hi there, welcome to Jake's Place. Overlooking the beautiful north shore of Lake Erie. I'm your host, Tia McGrath, and this is my podcast for storytellers. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! Welcome to Jake's Place Songs and Tales, and wherever you are in the world, we're so happy you joined us for our last episode of the year, episode 14, and we've got a Christmas special lined up for you that we hope you really enjoy.
It's a holly jolly Christmas.
Big shout out to the engineer, Tommy, who's just gone through this whole process. He's led me through the whole technical thing, which is my brain's about to explode sometimes, but here we are. So thanks, Tommy. Yay.
I don't suck.
And I see you've got your cookies.
I got a plate full of sourdough cookies, and you can't have any. They're all mine.
Sourdough, you mean shortbread.
Oh, that shortbread.
Sourdough's bread. Shortbread's cookies.
Shortbread. That's what I meant.
And I've got my traditional peppermint tea, which I'm drinking. And so we're all set, I guess.
Sort of. Sorted.
And after we are going to start watching our favorite movies, our Christmas movies. I don't know if you guys have that tradition, but we do. We love watching Christmas movies. One of my favorites is The Christmas Story, about the BB gun. I think it reminds me of when I was a little girl and wearing those wearing those snowsuits. Every northern kid can relate to wearing those snowsuits, and the scene where he falls down and lays there like a slug because you couldn't move in them.
Yeah, I grew up in Colorado too. We did too. We had those big snowmobile snowsuits that mom and dad would always get us, and it was just like we're always just
like a big tick about to pop.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas story, Tommy? One of your favorite films?
Mine is Rudolph, because I like doing the voices in there.
Do some voices for us, Tommy.
Well, there's the coach. All right, gather around. We all want to pull Santa's sleigh someday, don't you? Well, we all got to learn how to fly.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's incredible.
And then there's Clarice. Rudolph. Rudolph.
Speaking of Clarice, here's our little Clarice, Savannah May. Right on cue.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little facts for you, a little trivia that I came across while I was looking up some Christmas things. And did you know that The Christmas Story and Rudolph have some Canadian connection?
Oh.
And since we are up here on the Canadian shore of Lake Erie, I thought this might be kind of cool. We're all dreaming of a white Christmas. I don't know if we're going to have a white Christmas or not. It's kind of warm up here right now. But I thought we'd just bring you into Canada Christmas anyway with some facts. So A Christmas Story, the film, a substantial part, that was Savannah May, for all of you who are listening in audio. A substantial part of the movie was filmed in Canada. Ralphie's school, which I swear looks just like my elementary school when I was growing up. The Chinese restaurant scene where the family goes and has Chinese food on Christmas Day because of Bumpus's dogs get in and steal the turkey. The famous swearing scene.
Oh.
And a lot of the interior segments, and of course the old TTC Red Rocket streetcars, which were the Toronto streetcars. Yeah, it was filmed in Canada. And also Rudolph, a lot of the voices from Rudolph were filmed at RCA Studios in Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a Charlie in the box.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Wow.
And in some corners of Canada, Did you know that it's Christmas 365 days a year?
What?
You might live
You
in
mean Frankenmuth?
No, that's Detroit, Tom.
Oh, sorry.
That's Michigan. That's Michigan.
That's Michigan. Sorry.
You might live in Reindeer Station, Northwest Territories. You might live on Christmas Island, Nova Scotia.
Whoa.
You might live in Sled Lake, Saskatchewan, Holly, Ontario, Noel, Nova Scotia, or our favorite, Turkey Point. It made the list.
Did
Turkey
it?
Point, right down the road from us. Or Snowflake, Manitoba.
Well, that's kind of cool.
And if you live in one of those places or any other part of Canada, chances are your cuppa is filled with not beer, eggnog.
Yeah. Yummy. I love eggnog.
Yes, don't knock the nog.
Don't knock the nog. Hi, Miko.
This is Nico.
Hi, buddy.
According to Statistics Canada, more than 5.9 million liters of the frothy nog were sold in Canada in December 2018. So it just goes to show we can break the stigma of Canadians being all about beer. So how are you guys all doing out there? Are you getting through the 2020 holiday season? It's been a doozy this year, but I've been talking to some friends on the street and over social media and getting some calls and emails, and everyone's just doing such an amazing job with the adversity. You know, we're reinventing our traditions, reinventing our dinners. Maybe some of us can't be together around the tree this year or the dinner table, but we are getting through, aren't we?
It's a new way of doing having to deal with the norm.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be sad though. You know, families can't do what they normally can. Big gatherings and games and fun. I mean, it's got to be really, really weird, especially for the grandparents who are going to have to be sometimes isolated now,
Yeah.
away from everyone. It's got to be tough.
Why don't you share some of your creative things that you're doing? We did this at Halloween. It was really cool. And we would love to hear some of your ideas of what you guys are doing over the holidays to maybe bring your families together over Zoom or maybe the board games. I know our friends, Doug and his family out in Manitoba, they do a really cool thing. They're doing a board game night with their family back here in Ontario. So I think that's just really cool. And they all eat dinner together over Zoom. And
That's kind of cool.
yeah, I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
We were touring in England one year, and we were up in West Yorkshire in a little town called Hebden Bridge, which just happens to be where you told me this the other day.
Oh, I just found out. Yeah, Ed Sheeran grew up there. I'm check that out. I'm not 100% positive, but on Did You Know about the artist thing I found out on the internet, he grew up in Hebden Bridge, and we frequented that little club that he played when he started playing
The Trades Club.
The Trades Club.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, and there was always families there and stuff. So
Yeah.
we might have had a little redheaded kid watching
Yeah.
it while we were first touring there back in 2005, 2006.
Yeah. Yeah. We loved the area. And when we were there in the summer, actually, and we were sitting in our friend's beautiful sitting room and looking over the Colden Hills, and there was sheep up in the hills. And I said to Charlie, I bet you this is just gorgeous at wintertime, at Christmas. And he said, yeah, it's nice. And I was sitting at the piano, and all of a sudden I started just tinkling out this melody and started writing Christmas in Hebden Bridge. And Tommy and Charlie chimed in, and next thing you know, we had written this song. And it was kind of ahead of its time because it talks about being away from the ones you loved. We may be 1,000 miles from here, but close your eyes, imagine that we're near.
Yeah.
So I'd like to play this now, Tommy, and let's send this out to everyone this year who can't be with us, but we are all together in heart. We love you. Christmas in Hebden Bridge.
Isn't it magical when your heart is Christmas bound? Isn't it wonderful, such a place where love is found? Sleigh bells and stars and children's laughter fill the air. Tinsel and toffee and sparkling lights everywhere. You may be 1,000 miles from here. Just close your eyes, imagine that you're near. Christmas in Hebden Bridge, the golden hills are white. All that's on my Christmas list is peace on earth tonight. Peace on earth tonight. Dickens himself couldn't write a story of this scene. There's no bah humbug, no ragged children or room for greed. Family and friends around the table spreading cheer, wishing you health and happiness throughout the year. Christmas in Hebden Bridge, the golden hills are white. All that's on my Christmas list is peace on earth tonight. Peace on earth tonight. You may be 1,000 miles from here. Just close your eyes, imagine that you're near. Christmas in Hebden Bridge, the golden hills are white. All that's on my Christmas list is peace on earth tonight. Peace on earth tonight. Oh, Christmas in Hebden Bridge, the golden hills are white. All that's on my Christmas list is peace on earth tonight. Peace on earth tonight. Let there be peace on earth tonight.
I think one of the hardest things for me this holiday season is breaking of traditions. I'm a very traditionalist. I like traditions.
Your family is very heavy in traditions.
Yeah.
I saw that from the very first time I spent my first Christmas with you guys.
Yeah, we are. We had my mom's side, of course, were Scottish, and so we had our Christmas Day traditions, and my dad's side were European, Transylvanian, so we had our Christmas Eve traditions, and I'm going to miss them both this year. The being around the dinner table, as I said earlier, on Christmas Day, and the gift exchange, just everyone being together and sharing stories and laughing. And then Christmas Eve, we always did a special thing. What was some of the traditions you had, Tommy, as a family? You had a large family growing up, a lot of brothers and sisters?
Yeah, a lot of brothers and sisters, and every time the family got together, then we had other members that would show up. But the Christmas games, playing spoons, and the mom making sopapillas, which is more of a Latino thing, which was like that little fun Christmas bread sprinkled with honey and or cinnamon or something like that. Yeah, it was really nice.
And you said that she used to make you something each.
Oh yeah, that was every year when we were little. She would make us a new set of pajamas, and we all have the exact same colored pajamas. And we'd all be on Christmas morning, be exciting to go to bed that night in our Christmas pajamas, and because we all knew we all had the same ones, and then we had to go to bed, kind of get up, and then all run into the living room to the tree, and we're all dressed up. And she always had to take pictures, and there's always a few of those pictures still roaming around of us little kids with these great pajamas.
That's beautiful.
She handmade them. She hand sewed
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many brothers and sisters?
7.
7. Wow.
Well, 6. I'm 7th.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. We Christmas Eve we would go to church, and then we would all go back to my mom and dad. My someone in my dad's family would host it, one of my aunts, and we would gather. We would start singing Christmas carols together, and then Santa would arrive, and we'd all have a chance to sit on Santa's knee and get a gift. And then, of course, we'd have food and just wonderful European food that was always just delicious. Then it went on all hours of the night, desserts and
desserts. Your family would come up.
Yeah,
with, wow.
Yeah. And as a kid, it was always so magical sitting on, that you're scared, you're nervous, and you're waiting for Santa to arrive, and then you sit on his knee, and it was always just so wonderful. And I really, and seeing Santa, in the malls this year and everything, it's just kind of, we're not seeing that this year. So I think that's a tradition that I hope the children aren't missing. That I've heard they're doing different things for the children this year to actually experience Santa, and they're getting text messages from Santa and phone calls, and so that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Wow. We wrote a song called Snowflakes and Rooftops, and we were thinking one day about going inside the child in your heart, back to those days when you dreamed, you maybe went to sleep in your new pajamas Christmas Eve, and you're dreaming about Santa swooping down in his sleigh with his reindeer, picking you up and taking you on a magical ride above the town, all over the world, just seeing what he sees on a Christmas Eve. And we wrote this song called Snowflakes and Rooftops. I hope you enjoy.
Sleigh bells, hear them ringing. Christmas is believing. There is a child in each one of us, still wishing that Santa would carry us up and away in his magic sleigh. We're flying over rooftops with the world and her worries far below, like snowflakes floating above rooftops. Wherever we land, heaven knows, heaven knows. Hold on, it's exciting. quick as lightning. Surrounded by toys, this is Santa's big deal. Closing your eyes, you imagine it's real. Let your heart soar, believe what you feel. We're flying over rooftops, and the children try sleeping far below. Like snowflakes floating above rooftops, wherever we land, heaven knows. More than just pretending, Christmas is waking up, dreaming again. La 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 la. We're flying over rooftops, and the world looks so peaceful far below. Like snowflakes floating above rooftops, wherever we land, heaven knows. Whenever we land, heaven knows. La, 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 la,
Gotcha. Tommy, here's another cool Canadian Christmas fact. Did you know that since 1982, Santa's post office has employed mailroom elves from Canada?
What?
And he has received more than 20 million letters from children around the world, thanks to Canada Post and their volunteer elves who donate over 200,000 hours of their time every year. And Santa is able to respond to each letter that arrives on his doorstep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Oh, there's our phone. That's our important person phone in the other room. We better get that. We'll be right back. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hi, this is Tia.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hello, Tia. How are you? This is Santa.
Oh my gosh, it's Santa. Tommy, it's Santa. Oh, did you get my
Well-
letter, Santa?
I did, Tia, and thank you so much for writing that letter. I really appreciated it, as I appreciate all the letters that I get every year. So this is why I'm calling you. I
Oh,
wanted to say hello to you and Tommy, and to all the listeners at Jake's Place.
wow, what a wonderful gift. Thank you for taking time out of your busiest time of the year.
It
And,
is getting busy for sure.
I bet. We can hear all the noise in the background. Where are you calling
Oh,
from?
I'm calling from my workshop. You're hearing all the elves getting ready for Christmas.
Wow.
And they've been busy all year making toys and presents for all the girls and boys.
Is it going to be a bit different this year with the COVID implements and, what do you have to do to prepare for that?
Well, I'm being in my sleigh, I'm always very careful, but this year I'll be using extra magic to deliver the presents to all the homes, because as you know, I have a magic key that lets me into houses that don't have chimneys. So I'll be using that magic key to deliver all the presents, so I don't have to get close to anybody, keep the physical distance, and
Mm-hmm.
I wear a mask when I have to.
Bet you have to have a big mask to get around that beard.
Around the whole beard, yes.
And everyone will be leaving a little jar of hand sanitizer next to the
Yes,
hot chocolate and cookies, I'm sure.
yes, and much appreciated.
Oh,
Much appreciated. I don't know, Mrs. Claus thinks differently because I put on all those extra pounds, but somehow by magic, they go away every Christmas.
yeah. Oh, this is just wonderful, Santa. You've been so busy this year. You also had some other things going on that I heard. In the downtime when you're not getting the toys ready to deliver, you were also doing some other things, weren't you? I heard.
Yes, well, I've been doing virtual visits all year
Mm-hmm.
because people needed cheering up. And I go by the motto that we should live every day like it's Christmas.
Like the Drake
And
Jensen
so,
song.
yes, absolutely. That's my favorite song, and it's my motto.
We
And
love
I
Drake
think
Jensen. We just love Drake Jensen.
yes, I do too. And that song is so special because it means a lot, and it sends out that message that the joy and love that we share at Christmas, we should live every day and share every day.
That's right.
And
Every day's a gift, Santa.
it is, it is.
And you know
And
all about
that's
that.
one gift that we can't make at the North Pole.
That's right.
That's a gift that everyone has to make for themselves. And this year especially, I would say that people need to remember all the great Christmas memories they've had in the past and make some new memories
Hmm.
and look forward to future memories as well.
That's right. That's what traditions are built on, aren't they?
Yes,
Hmm.
yes,
Carrying the past
absolutely.
forward and starting today with a new one as well.
That's right.
And Santa, I was watching the Hallmark Channel the other night. Did Was that you that was in the movie The Christmas Scavenger Hunt?
Yes, you recognized me. That was me.
Oh my goodness.
I was invited to appear in that movie, which was shown on the Hallmark Channel for the first time last year in November, and they now show it regularly. But I have a scene where I take a selfie with the two main actors as part of the annual scavenger hunt that they have in their town. And in that year, the Christmas scavenger hunt had a special meaning because they were hoping to save the town mill.
Kind of
So
like
I
our
had,
Bacchus Mill. We have Bacchus Mill here
hmm
at Jake's place, just down the road from us, is an old 1800s working mill called Bacchus Mill. So kind of like
yeah,
that. Hmm.
and they had an old mill like that they wanted to save, and they were hoping to raise funds and save the mill. And I will leave it at that. And for all those that haven't seen the movie yet,
We don't want a
to
spoiler
enjoy.
alert.
But it was filmed around Ottawa in Almont, and some beautiful scenery with the countryside and the Christmas tree farm and the little town. Yeah, it was beautiful, and I really enjoyed being with everybody and making that special movie.
It's just when I was a little girl, my parents bought some property and they built a golf course. But originally it was a pine tree farm, a Christmas tree farm. And so
Oh,
we used to go at Christmas time. I have these special memories of my dad taking us out, my sister and me, to pick out our own Christmas tree, and he would chop it down and bring it back. And so Christmas trees are just some, for those of you around the world who, we have fans who live in El Paso, Texas, and are down in the desert and that. So if you just close your eyes and picture Santa filming his movie at the Christmas tree farm, That's just a special picture to hold in our hearts. Thank you, Santa.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing that.
I have a special question. Actually, it's a request from Tommy.
Okay.
I think Tommy's been an awfully good boy this year, but he slipped up a couple times, so
Uh-oh.
he's a little concerned. Is Tommy?
Okay.
Can you check on your list and see if Tommy's on your naughty or nice list?
Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute. I'll check.
Okay, thank you.
Switchboard, Peggy speaking.
Can you connect me to Neville over at the Naughty and Nice department, please?
Right away, Santa.
Naughty and Nice Department, Neville speaking. Can I help you?
Hi, Neville. It's Santa.
Oh, hi, Santa. What do you need?
Can you look up a name for me on the Naughty or Nice list?
Sure, what is it?
Tommy.
Hold on while I check, please. That one's on the nice list, boss.
Thank you, Neville.
You're welcome, boss. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all. And Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you too, Santa.
All right, Tommy! Yay!
I was sure Tommy was on the nice list.
I'm afraid to ask myself, so I won't ask that one. We'll just leave it as a surprise for Christmas Day. Santa, this has been such a blessing. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with us and all our listeners. They've all been on the nice list this year. All of our Jakes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for your letter, and thank you to all your listeners too that are writing letters. We're all busy reading them and making notes and doing our very best to fulfill all the wishes.
Well, please give Mrs. Claus a big kiss for us.
Yeah, I will.
And is there anything you would like to say to our Jake's Place Songs and Tales listeners before I let you go?
Just that reminder to live every day like it was Christmas, with the love and the joy that is so prominent this time of year, that if we share that all year round, the world will be so much better.
From your mouth to God's ears, thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Tia.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Silver bells ringing, the moon shining bright, choir is singing, oh holy night. A cold wind is blowing, there's frost in the air, the fire is glowing, there's hope everywhere. Away in a manger brings back memories. When hate was a stranger, all we wanted was peace. Now we try to remember what the angels did say, but only December, and just for a day. Peace on earth, goodwill to man, that's what the shepherds heard when the angels from above came down to give the word. On this day a child was born to help show us the way. We should try and live every day like it was Christmas Day. Everybody is equal in the good Lord's eyes. Try not to condemn, judge or criticize. Sounds like nothing to it. I can hear you all say, but how many do it? Except for Christmas Day. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, that's what the shepherds heard when the angels from above came down to give the word. On this day a child was born to help show us the way. We should try and live every day like it was Christmas Day. Peace on earth, goodwill to man, that's what the shepherds heard when the angels from above came down to give the word. On this day a child was born to help show us the way. We should try and live every day like it was Christmas Day. We should try and love every day like it was Christmas Day.
Now we know Santa has his magic key
He's
to
all,
get in.
He's all ready to go.
Mhm.
He's all high tech.
Yep. And how he talked about that, you know, in some ways this is going to be a harder Christmas for people, but he's got it all figured out, and he's just encouraging us to be strong and to be joyful and just to be helpful to each other, right? To find hope, and hope is everything,
Yes.
as our song says. So make sure that beside your plate of cookies and your cup of hot chocolate that you leave your hand sanitizer. We promised Santa we would do that.
That's awesome. It's a new kind of world.
It is. It really is. And, you know, I think in some ways it's kind of beautiful that we are getting back more to basics. I know we did that with our tree this year. We, instead of hauling out every box of ornaments we've collected, we just maybe picked out the ones that are special this year, have special meaning, special sentimental value to us this year, under decorated, and in some ways it's prettier, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like that old simple Christmas time.
Right. Speaking of which, there's a wonderful story about the carol Silent Night, which was performed on Christmas Eve in 1818, just a few hours after it had been written, and I want to share the story with you. The Austrian priest, Joseph Mohr, was in desperate need of music for midnight mass because the church's organ was broken. It had been incapacitated by mice.
Whoa.
So a mouse was responsible for Silent Night, one of the most beloved Christmas carols. The chance of fixing the instrument before the evening service was nil, and Father Joseph Mohr was not a man to just give up. However, he pulled out a poem he had written several years before called Stille Nacht. Mohr took his poem to the schoolmaster and organist of a nearby town, Franz Gruber. He asked that Gruber write a melody to accompany the poem on guitar. In several hours, Gruber had the music done, and the carol was played for the first time that night in the Christmas Eve service. The song was not translated into English for another 50 years. Episcopalian Bishop John Freeman Young published the English translation that is most frequently sung today in 1859. The writing of the song is unique enough, but one other interesting fact makes this carol special. In 1914, during the Christmas truce, and we talked about that back in our Remembrance Day podcast, the song was sung in French, English, and German simultaneously. It was apparently the one song that all the soldiers on both sides knew, and they sang it all together at the same time in all the languages on the Christmas truce in 1914, World War I.
Wow. That's incredible.
The power of music, guys. The power of not giving up, right? Not giving up. Taking lemons and making lemonade. And all began with a little mouse. We have decided to perform Silent Night for you, and we're just going to do it stripped down with the guitar vocal only, and we're inviting you to sing along with us, okay? I want to imagine your voices singing along with us this evening. Here's Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
We've had such a good time doing the podcast show with video this time.
Yeah, we wanted to try something different. Only for a Christmas special, we wanted to see if we could do a nice, warm, toasty video version of the podcast. In the next year, we're going to be trying to do it more on a permanent basis. We have that on the radar to try and figure out how to do that on a regular basis. But we wanted to try this one out just for fun and Christmas and for all our friends, so we can share something fun.
And you can meet the dogs.
And you can meet the dogs.
Miko and Savannah Mae. It's been quite the year, and it's in some ways it's bittersweet to see it ending with, and this is our final episode of the year. We just have to thank all of you for your patience and support, really, for supporting us from the what do we call it, the trailer?
Yeah, from the trailer from the very beginning.
Oh, our trailer. And your encouraging words, and just, every week we'd get something, you guys are doing this right. Tia, you need to do this better.
Yeah.
And but we were just having a blast. And it's also encouraged us to write some new material. We are planning on releasing a new CD, a new album in 2021. And in fact, we've got our first single coming out February 1st, which is going to be released to digital radio around the world. And we're really excited about that. And we also have some other cool things going on with some of our music, which we'll share with you. And our first episode of 2021 is going to be coming at you the first week in January. It's going to be beautiful. I've already done the interview with our special guest, and it's just going to be pretty powerful, powerful stuff, guys. So make sure you come back and meet us again in 2021 in January. Until then, we just want to wish you a peaceful, blessed, joyful holiday season. Think of your fellow man. Think of your brothers and sisters around the world. We're all in this together, guys. We're all going to get through this. And we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. And before we go, there's something I've been wanting to do, and that's kiss Tommy under the mistletoe.
Ooh.
To thank him.
Wow.
Come here, Tommy.
Okay.
For everyone in audio, we've got mistletoe here. Merry Christmas, Tommy.
Merry Christmas. Don't look.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
It's about the joy you give this Christmas. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good King Wenceslas looked down on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man
love, Mommy?
In his master's steps he trod, where the snow lay tinted.
Me too.
He was
I
in
love
the
you.
very song
I love
which
you.
the sea had printed. He who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing. What you gonna give this Christmas? Tis the season to be given. Tis the season spread the joy to be given. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, yeah.
Tom and I are just tickled to death that you took time out of your busy schedule to stop by and visit us today at Jake's Place Songs and Tales. We hope you enjoyed the show and will consider becoming a subscriber. You can find us and subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. If you're interested in becoming an underwriter or would just like to drop us a line, we'd love to hear from you. Please send all your feedback, comments, inquiries, ideas for future shows to tiamcgrath.com/Jake's Place. There you'll find our comments section, as well as our Lake Country store. Check out some of our cool merchandise, Jake the Road Dog book, and of course our CDs. You mean the world to us, and Tom and I are just so thankful to be sharing this beautiful road dog journey with you, one paw print at a time. Until our next episode, let yourself be crazy beautiful, find the song in your heart, and hey, still some meat on that bone, Jake.